Hi there. So I had already recorded a video kind of describing the differences in point of sale systems between systems that are mobile, that run on smartphones and tablets versus computer-based systems. I think it was a little too confusing, so I'm going to do a little different version. We're going to call it a point of sale buying tip. PC or mobile, which system is right for you? And what we're going to cover is just hit some of the brand names that you may recognize. We'll talk a little bit about the differences between mobile 1.0 point of sale solutions versus mobile 2.0 point of sale solutions, and then quickly cover mobile point of sale solutions versus PC-based point of sale solutions. Look at some of the most popular solutions. Advise you on how which to choose as far as mobile versus PC, and then also provide you some information. uh, I'm happy to help with any point of sale related questions or help that you may need. And I also am testing out some various promotions and discounts being offered by various trusted point of sale companies, meaning these are folks that I have known for a long time in the business. I know people that are using their solutions, and I trust them. But we want to try and see what happens if we offer some discounts. Why not? Save some money. So before we get any further into this, because I've gotten some phone calls and some emails between my blog site and my YouTube videos, the information in all this is really designed for non-food service related businesses. So retail stores, museums, and of course maybe mobile service related businesses. And you have to be in the United States. Unfortunately, the folks that I work with, the solutions that I'm familiar with, are all designed for users in the US. So just a quick snapshot of some of the more common and the more popular programs on the market today. There are plenty. What I've done here is picked out the ones that I know are established in the industry or being established. There's a long-term potential there, not what I call a fly-by-night company. If any of you remember Regent 2000, then you know what I mean. So that comes with 15 years of plus experience in the business. You learn to spot the folks that come and go because they just wrote something in their garage or their basement. So diving into point of sale solutions designed to run on mobile devices, kind of generation 1 and generation 2. So the generation 1 solutions they were the first on the market, from big name companies like National Cash Register. They were a great step up solution from folks just used to using a cash register or maybe just using Square, because for a very nominal investment, they got a lot more functionality than what they were used to from a cash register solution. However, these are still limited in their function and features when they're compared to a full-fledged point-of-sale system traditionally running on a Windows-based computer. So the next generation of mobile point-of-sale solutions, or I'll call the 2.0 solutions, a lot of them have really come up just so far this year, first and second quarter of 2014. Many are from lesser known companies, or they're from companies outside of the U.S., like Vend out of New Zealand. What they're bringing to the table is they're bringing more features and functions when compared to the 1.0 solutions, but with similar pricing to the 1.0 solutions. So when I get feedback from folks, what they're actually buying, or they shoot me an email or make a comment on my blog site, overwhelmingly they're opting for the 2.0 solutions. As one person put it, if I can get more in terms of function and features for the same amount of money, why wouldn't I go with a 2.0 solution? So we've kind of determined the 2.0 solutions are popular, but now when do you choose a mobile point of sale solution? Again, that just means it runs on a mobile device over a traditional computer-based point of sale solution. So here's just a few highlights. It's tough for me in these videos when I'm not very much of I'm more of a content and an analytical person than a marketing, and I do a lot of public speaking, and I do my best to keep people engaged at my point of sale workshops and speaking engagements. But I'm just gonna hit the highlights. You can always contact me for more information. Is where I'm going with that. So basically, if your gross annual sales are under 1 million per location, there's a good reason to focus mainly on the mobile point of sale solutions. If you have low technology needs, you're not going to use every little whiz bang feature that the more advanced systems have. You'll be perfectly happy with what the solutions can offer. Of course, if your business actually is mobile, that's a great reason. If you go from maybe trade shows and expos, state fairs, seasonal businesses are on there, pop-up businesses. Great reasons, obviously, to only pick or to only consider the mobile point of sale solutions. If you're a service-only business, maybe you have a truck or a van and you go on site to do dog walking or oil changes or lawn mowing, things like that. Great reason just to focus on the mobile solutions. And if you only really need the basics, you're not an overly complex retail store or museum. You just need to track inventory, maybe offer some discounts, maybe some different pricing levels based on what type of customer is coming in. You want to do some basic customer information tracking and some basic inventory tracking and ordering. Again, those are just the highlights, but some of the more common reasons to choose a mobile solution. So now on the flip side of that, when should you be focusing solely on a PC-based point of sale solution? First and foremost would be if you've got gross annual sales over 1 million per location. If you have high technology needs, maybe you have a very complex IT system throughout the stores. You're a geek. You like having a lot of different functions and features in the software, and you're going to utilize them. Big reason here would be if your business has multiple locations with a central warehouse or a headquarters. Obviously, the more PC-based systems do a better job of managing inventory from a central warehouse or headquarters. If you have more complex inventory needs like forecasting, or maybe you need to do more advanced discounting. You're not just giving 10% discount here or $5 here, but you want to assign discount levels because maybe you have a wholesale customer, or you've got a trade shops that come in, things like that. You want to do pricing levels based on what type of customers coming in. Again, going back to like the wholesale or a trade customer, things like that. You want them to be auto-assigned a specific pricing level. You want very detailed customer information tracking, maybe specifically for marketing purposes and demographics and segmenting and things like that. You have very complex purchasing and receiving requirements. And then some real common ones, nature of your business requires that maybe you need to do quotes for your people looking at your products. Maybe you do work orders, or sometimes work orders are not just for repairs and things like that, but for special orders. Maybe you have a layaway program. Maybe you need to take food stamps. And of course, you might offer accounts receivable where you invoice people. Those would all be reasons to look at a PC-based point of sale solution. And then finally, another big one, especially if you're multi-location, would be a need to roll up and segment data from multiple locations. And that's not just if you're a multi-location. I should also say that's maybe you're a franchisor and you have multiple franchisees. that's a great way to see how they're performing and then either consolidate the data or segment it by store, by geographical location, things like that. So, based on feedback I've gotten via my blog site and other sources, what I am hearing and seeing out there on the street is for the first generation of mobile devices, NCR Silver is extremely popular. For generation 2, Findo point of sale has really been eating up some market share. Had some good conversations with those folks and been impressed with their commitment and their retail expertise. From the Mac side of things, if it's a computer, then Lightspeed. I think in all honesty, that's because that's one of the few out there that is designed specifically to run on a Mac PC or Mac computer. And on the PC side of things, it's pretty close right now. Retail Pro and Microsoft RMS have a considerable market share that is continuing to grow. What will be interesting to see over the next couple of years is what Microsoft brings to the table as the replacement for the RMS solution. So to wrap this up, if you are in need of some free advice, I do have 15 years of experience and 3,800 some people on my contact list. And like I mentioned at the beginning, also experimenting with offering some discounts and promotions through some trusted point of sale companies. Not just everyone out there, but folks that I know will provide you with a good solution. But the first step is just for us to chat. Not going to sell you anything. Not going to charge you anything unless you really want to take up my time. And we'll just chat and then see where it goes from there. So there's my contact information. I'll put it down in the comments as well. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video. So thanks so much.